Hey everyone, and welcome to Three-Legged Dog Yoga. If you are new here, I am Lindsay, this is Chewy, and today's class is designed to help you calm down. So if you suffer from anxiety, then this one is absolutely for you. As a sufferer from anxiety myself, I know what you're going through, and I really hope that this practice just kind of brings a little bit of sense of calm into your day. So mostly just breathing, movements, long holds, that sort of stuff. And that's about it. If you do use any blocks or anything in your practice usually, then you can grab those now. Otherwise, let's get started. Let's begin today at the top of the mat in Tadasana. So feet are hips width, knees are slightly bent. Our tailbone is not tucked, but it's neutral. Shoulders are rolled back and the crown of the head stays lifted. Let's just take a moment here. Let's close the eyes and face the palms forward. And we'll just start turning inwards, focusing on the breath. Starting to elongate the inhales and elongate the exhales. And let's just start with our Ujjayi breathing today. So if you're not familiar with it, it's just creating a soft sound at the back of the throat, as if you were fogging up a mirror. And we make that sound on the inhale and on the exhale. Almost as though a sound of the ocean. And this is one way we can bring a lot of focus into our practice, is through the breath, through the breathing. So concentrate as we move through these postures today on keeping that breath nice and fluid, nice and big. And listen to the sounds that the throat makes on the inhale and on the exhale. Let's gently open the eyes. On the inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, big bend in the knees. Fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins. Look up, straighten the back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands through heart center. We'll move through two more of those. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. And last one, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, fold. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. And we'll add on, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, drop the knees, and we'll come all the way down on the exhale. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, come up, cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, tuck the toes and send the hips up for downward facing dog. Generous bend in the knees as we send those hips up, and we'll start pedaling through the feet. Still focusing on the breath. Keeping those shoulders rolling away from the ears. Fingers are all pressing into the mat. Keeping a slight space underneath the palm of the hand. And then finding some stillness. On the inhale, step to the top of your mat, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, come all the way down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step that right foot up between the hands, pivot on the back foot and come all the way up to your warrior one. Sinking into those hips, reaching to the ceiling with those hands, those fingertips, and breathing here. Checking in with that front toe, making sure we can still see it. Our knees tracking over our ankle. And last breath here. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, come all the way down through the knees or through your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll switch sides. On the inhale, step forward, pivot the back foot, come all the way up to warrior one. And exhale, sink into those hips. Big deep breaths here. Staying with that focus, staying with that soft noise at the back of the throat. Relaxing the shoulders. And on the exhale, frame the foot, step back, come down through chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. On the inhale, let's look to the tops of our mat. Step up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Big inhale takes us all the way up. And exhale, hands through heart center. Let's keep moving. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, step back, either through your chaturanga or come all the way down to the knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Wait for the inhale. We'll step in between the hands again, pivot that foot to match the short edge of the mat, and we'll come up through our warrior two. Pressing through the back of that left foot, squeezing those inner thighs together. Crown of the head stays lifted and shoulders are rolled back. Bringing that gaze over that drishti point, over the inner, over the middle finger and the front hand. On the inhale, straighten the leg, reach forward with that right hand, drop it down and come into your triangle. Maybe taking the gaze to the ceiling or up, somewhere up the wall. Wherever we are, trying to keep that body in one nice plane. The left shoulders rolling up and out. On the inhale, let's bend back into that knee. Bring the arms back up to our warrior two. And then exhale, we'll drop that right arm, reach overhead with that left. Coming into our extended side angle. Once again, that left shoulder's rolling up and out. Trying to keep the pressure off of that right elbow. We're really pressing through that right foot, squeezing through the belly. That arm is just there as a guide. And on the exhale, let's frame the foot, step back, come down through your version of a vinyasa. And we'll meet again in downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot, pivot the right, reach the arms out nice and wide. Coming into our warrior two on the opposite side. Shoulders are rolled back, crown of the head is lifted, and we're gazing over that front middle finger. Staying with the breath. And then on the inhale, straighten that left leg, reach forward with that arm, that left arm. Drop it down and we'll raise our right, coming into our triangle on the opposite side. Trying to keep a little micro bend in that left knee. Making sure that right arm isn't falling forward. And then on the inhale, let's come back to our warrior two, bend through the front knee. Exhale, we drop that left arm, reach overhead with that right. Again, keeping that right shoulder rolled up and back. And on the next inhale, let's cartwheel the hands down and come down through our vinyasa. And once again, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Maybe widening out the feet this time, widening out the hands. Just taking a bit of a different stance in your down dog. Maybe rocking the hips side to side. And then finding some stillness. On the inhale, let's gaze between the hands, step to the top of the mat, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, fold forward. And this time we're just going to ragdoll our way up. So just one vertebrae at a time. Stacking the bones, coming all the way up. Nice and slowly. Head and neck come last. Beautiful work. Let's take a moment in Tadasana. Check in with the breath. Maybe closing the eyes once more. Maybe letting out a sigh. And gently opening the eyes if they were closed. Let's shift our weight into the right foot and we'll pick up our left. So we can either keep our left foot on the floor and just bring the sole of the foot to the right ankle, or we can take an inhale and lift that foot up a little bit higher, finding your balance in tree pose. So ideally the left foot is up towards the right hip on the inner thigh, but wherever your tree is totally fine. And then we inhale the hands to heart center, or you can grow your tree, bringing the hands up overhead, finding that point of focus. Standing up nice and tall and keeping that breath nice and fluid. And one more breath here. And then exhale, let's slowly drop the hands down as we drop our left foot to meet our right. Shake it out, and then we'll switch sides. So take an inhale, let's shift the weight into that left foot. And again, bring your right foot this time up to the left thigh, left inner thigh. Hands to heart center. And if you'd like to grow your tree, reach the arms up nice and high. Finding that spot to focus. And last breath here. And then exhale, drop the hands, and we'll step the foot back to the mat. Let's heel toe our feet out to the wide edge of our mat, pointing our toes up to the top corners. And we're going to slowly come down through yogi squat. So take an inhale, bring the hands to heart center, or you can reach them out in front of you, whatever works. And then as we exhale, we're going to send our hips back and down. Coming down as far as you can. If you go any further, you can just come all the way down to seated. Hearing any cracks along the way. And then once we roll down, we'll just come right onto our glutes and lay down on our backs. Just taking a moment here. Let's bring the feet nice and wide, drop the knees in together. Maybe raise the palms up to the ceiling. And let's just start releasing that controlled breathing. Just come back to the natural state of breath here. Maybe letting out a few sighs. And then let's bring our feet back to center, to about hips distance. We'll inhale that right ankle over the left, and then just draw that left knee up towards you, either grabbing behind the thigh or behind the shin, or in front of the shin rather. Just coming into a supine figure four. So a version of pigeon, but just on the back. A bit more relaxed version of pigeon. And just feeling the natural rise and fall of the belly. And then we'll release that side and switch it up. So bring the right sole of the foot to the floor, left ankle crosses over, and then draw that right knee towards you. Maybe closing the eye. Maybe closing the eyes. And then releasing that side. Let's bring our feet back to hips distance, reach out. Maybe put your arms in a T shape, palms facing down, and then we'll shift our hips over to the right side. Take a big inhale and we'll draw those knees over to the left. Trying to keep the knees stacked as much as possible and that right arm, right shoulder reaching towards the floor. If you'd like to bring the gaze over that right fingertip, you're welcome to do so. Or just keep the gaze up at the ceiling, whatever is more comfortable for you. And then bringing those hips back to the center. We'll scooch the hips over to the left side, drop them over to the right, and then again reaching the left shoulder towards the floor. And maybe bringing that gaze over the left hand. And then come back through center. Let's inhale the legs up to our chest. We'll just grab behind the thighs, and then we'll just rock ourselves gently up to seated. Coming all the way up. And then just finding a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. Let's just take a few deep breaths together here. Sigh it all out, and then a big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. And we'll do that one more time. So big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Softly opening the eyes. That is all for today's practice. I hope you do feel just a little bit more calm, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.